All right. Hello, everybody. Good evening to you. Time is 6:49 as we start this update. Chief Meteorologist Hunter Williams here. We've got a rainy, stormy evening across central Texas, so wanted to track some of this heavy rain with you. By the way, none of this is severe, but a lot of folks going back to work for the first time of the new year, and the commute this evening has been a mess. And while there's not a big flooding risk, there could be localized street flooding, ponding on the roadways, stuff like that. So got all of our streams pulled up here. If you guys have questions, let me know. Let's jump to things, and we'll start just by kind of setting the scene for everybody. Here is a live look from our Zach Theater camera, where a moment ago I saw some lightning. Again, these are not severe storms, but they are producing lightning, and they're noisy in some spots as well for thunder here at our TV station. Kalahari Resort in Round Rock, that is a wet scene, and likewise we're tracking some rain from our Oasis cam as well. So let's get into what is already fun. By the way, here is a live look right now from our Zach Theater camera location. So far, 0.71 inches of rain at Mabry, 1.15 inches of rain at the Austin Airport. These numbers will continue to go up, and I've got some more totals to show you here in a second. This is what the radar looks like right now. For the metro, just had some pretty heavy rain, which is moving into Austin right now. If you live in Williamson County, this stuff is a little bit lighter, but some pockets of some steadier rain. This is a close-in view of Travis County. That'll get down to that heavy stuff around San Marcos. Look at this, some lightning strikes, especially out down around the airport. Likewise into parts of the North Austin Metro. This is going to pass right around the Domain. I would imagine this lightning strike is the one that produced the thunder that we just heard here a few moments ago at the TV station. And then this again is the heaviest stuff, where this is some really heavy rain right along 183 there over northern Caldwell County, north of Luling. San Marcos, pouring torrential rain right now. So if any of you guys have any reports, please pass them along to us. But this is really heavy rain and some lightning. In fact, what I want to do, let's get zoomed in a little bit closer here on some of these pockets of rain before we go any farther. Let's start here around San Marcos. Pouring rain right now, and this is right along I-35. So Texas State, San Marcos. Look at all these lightning strikes here, just torrential rain north of the Redwood area as well. Maxwell, Euland, you guys are getting heavy rain. And then we'll kind of pan over here and we'll get into Caldwell County, where around Lockhart, especially just north of town, this is also some heavy rain and some lightning. So some thunderstorms, but temperatures are chilly, guys. I mean, it's in the 40s in most spots, so we are not worried about severe weather. But these could be noisy, loud thunderstorms rolling through. A few more rainfall totals over parts of Gillespie County around Willow City. That is in northeast Gillespie County, over 1.5 inches of rain. I got these about 35 minutes ago, so a lot of these are probably going up even more. Marble Falls over 1.5 inches. Eberville, East Austin, about 1.5 inches. Horseshoe Bay, about 1.5 inches. Knuckles Crossing, this is in South Austin, 1.32 inches of rain. Again, expect these to go up even more. So here's how the rest of this evening is going to unfold. We head into 7 o'clock and beyond. We got more heavy rain that's going to be in Hays County, in Caldwell County, southern Travis County. It will still be raining over Williamson County. But as we go into 8, 9 o'clock, what's going to happen is this is going to kind of peel off of the I-35 corridor and move into our easternmost areas. So Luling into Lockhart, into Bastrop. These areas, as we get into the later evening hours east of I-35, will be the focal point for lingering rain and storms. Here's 11 o'clock, where there could be some sprinkles across the I-35 corridor. At that point, I think the hill country is pretty much completely dry. Fayette County, we're hanging on to some rain. And then once we get beyond 11 o'clock, the overnight's going to be completely dry. It will be cloudy. And then tomorrow morning is just going to be kind of damp and dreary. Temperatures are in the mid-40s. We're going to stay cloudy all day tomorrow. High temperatures are going to be in the mid-50s for tomorrow. Here's how much rain in addition to what has already fallen. So what we have is a pretty widespread 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches of rain. Some pockets now closing in on 2 inches. So by the time all is said and done, I think there'll be some that'll be up around 2.5 inches or so. Most will be between 1/2 inch and 1.5 inches. So these are the additional numbers. Now, this is not the only rain that we have in our extended forecast. It is a very active weather pattern to start 2024. Now, this is much more along the lines of what we'd expect during this time of the year, with a moderate to strong El Nino, where the storm track is more southerly and we're getting multiple opportunities for rain each week. So storm system number 2 is coming in. Number one's the one that's coming through right now. Number two is going to be coming in Thursday night into early Friday morning. Yesterday, it looked like this would be mainly a Friday deal. Now I think it's mainly Thursday night. So we have pretty widespread rain. I have about a 70% chance for rain in the forecast for Thursday night. That's all going to move out. So the weekend is going to dry. Temperatures, by the way, will be milder. And then early next week, want to give you a heads up about Monday, storm system number 3. This is going to be a strong cold front, and this is about a week away, obviously, so we don't know how the particulars will come together. But depending on the exact timing and how much instability we're able to build, it's possible this system could give us storms and maybe a couple of strong ones. In fact, the Storm Prediction Center, the SEC, they're already highlighting us in their Day 7 outlook with this slight risk. It does include Milam County, Lee County, Fayette County, but then mainly southeast Texas. So more on this over the coming days, but it's possible that early next week it might not just be rain, but maybe even a severe weather threat. So tonight, a 90% chance for rain. It's going to come to an end overnight. 45 by tomorrow morning. Tomorrow we do not have rain forecast. It will be dry, but it will be cloudy and chilly. High temperature only 54. Look at this. Over the next 7 days, we stay very chilly for tomorrow and Thursday. Most of Thursday is going to be dry, high 55. Then the rain's going to come in for Thursday night, a 70% chance for rain, lingering 30% into Friday. Saturday, this looks pretty nice, mostly sunny, 61. Sunday, 65. We're in the low 70s on Monday, and again, depending on how things are going to be, it's possible there could even be a severe weather risk on Monday, about a 40% chance for storms as we see it now. And that's going to be a cold front, so when that one moves through, by the time we get into Tuesday, it's going to be windy and much cooler. So that is what we're tracking for you right now. I see Elva is watching on Facebook, says, happy to hear from San Marcos. Yeah, you guys are getting a lot of rain in San Marcos right now. So let's do that. Go back into the radar and track what is currently going on. It's a busy forecast. So I wanted to get you guys updated on the additional rain chances, but what we have right now is pretty substantial in some spots. So we'll do a little radar tour. Let's go down to San Marcos. That is heavy rain from south of Wimberley into San Marcos, south of Kyle. This is going to drift up into the Kyle area over the next 15 to 20 minutes. Lockhart, heavy rain up 183. You see the lightning strikes there. Maxwell, McMahon. This is heading towards Dale. Cedar Creek, you're about to get into some really heavy rain. And then up in Travis County, we've got, this was a little heavier earlier. You can see it's kind of falling apart. Some heavy rain up around the Domain right now in North Austin. We have lighter but steadier rain over Lake Travis. And then into Williamson County, this stuff is not quite as heavy, but some pockets of steadier rain around the Taylor area. And then that rain that's over the Domain, that's going to move into much of Round Rock too. So passing embedded pockets of heavier downpours. Sylvia's tuning in. I see Elise is watching in Pflugerville. What have you guys seen today? Does anybody have, well, I'd imagine if you have, I was going to say, does anybody have a rain gauge? I'd imagine if you do, unless it's one of those fancy electronic ones, you're probably not walking out into the rain right now to check it. But tomorrow morning, if you guys have any rainfall total updates, I would love to see those. These are the current totals at our main reporting sites here across the metro. The airport now over an inch of rain, 0.71 inches of rain for Camp Mabry. Now for the entire month of January, average rainfall would be just over 2.5 inches of rain. So I really like that here just on day 2 of the month, we're picking up, for some places it will be like 50% or more of the entire monthly rainfall. And then hopefully with a few more systems coming in just during the first half of the month or so, I'm hoping we get above average our precipitation this month. That is what we were expecting going into this winter because of these El Niño conditions. Here's another look at the radar. Heaviest stuff again is southeast of Austin. The hill country is starting to dry out, and likewise the I-35 corridor over the next 1 to 2 hours will start to dry out as well. And the activity is going to shift into Caldwell County and Bastrop County and Lee County and Milam County and Fayette County, and then eventually everybody will go dry from west to east late this evening and tonight. Larry says lots of thunder in Garfield. Yeah, these are loud storms. Tell you what, certainly have heard them here at the TV station. Let's go through some of our Skycam views. This is the Oasis cam. Here is our Zach Theater camera. Let me pull up, let's see what our tower cam is showing right now. Here is our tower cam. Well, Not seeing much. If we wait a second, maybe we'll get a little bit of lightning there. That flash, that is just the lights that are attached to the tower. Those are flashing, that is not lightning. But you get the idea. It is rainy and it is stormy for sure. Steven says, hopefully helping our lake levels. Absolutely. We need it. We got some good rain in parts of Gillespie County. So I don't think this is going to have any sort of, drastic impact all of a sudden, but we got rain in the right spots, saturate the ground over the hill country, get our rivers and creeks and streams flowing, and hopefully this will make at least a little bit of a difference with our lake levels. We had some of that rain last week, increased Lake Travis like 1 to 2 inches, but we need obviously a whole lot more than that for meaningful improvement. Rain and thunderstorms in Austin around the Colony area, says Sylvia. Thank you for that report. So here's our radar situation. Let's go through things one more time, and then I will sign off of here. Of course, we'll have our full newscast coming up on KVUE News tonight at 10. So here we go. This is kind of our live look around. Zach Theater camera, damp. Our Kalahari cam, damp. And then the Oasis, that is actually our cam, which is up in the clouds right now with all this rain moving through. So here's a closer look from our theater camera. Earlier, right when we started the broadcast, I saw some lightning strikes off in the distance. Not seeing them right now, but hey, our numbers updated. Now up to 1.27 inches of rain at the airport. Again, this is just great to have on day 2 of the month because our average rainfall for the entire month, January, is just a little more than 2.5 inches of rain. So for some spots, it'll be like 50% or more of the monthly rainfall just in the first 2 days of the month. Mayberry a little farther behind is 0.71 inches of rainfall. So here's the radar right now. This stuff from Austin up and around Rock and down, some pockets of heavier rain, but that's a little bit more tame. Can put us happening down south of Austin in San Marcos and Will County. None of this stuff is severe. It's too cold. We don't have instability for that. But this is producing quite a bit of lightning and thunder. So these are loud, noisy storms, and they are producing some pockets of really heavy rain. So here's a closer look at that. Where from San Marcos, this is going to move. It's kind of drifting up north now, so this is going to get into the Kyle area. This is going to clip the Wimberley area. And then over Caldwell County, this is right over the Lockhart area, into parts of Bastrop County. Look at all this lightning and heavy rain right there along the 83 corridor. If you live in String Prairie, also about to get in on some heavy rain as well. Let's zoom in on some of this. First we'll do this pocket here, which is now moving north and east of San Marcos. Around the San Marcos Regional Airport, around Uland. Again, Kyle getting in on some of this. I said this on our newscast. We look at I-35 right here. We were using our traffic cams at 5 and 6. I feel so bad. It's like first day back to work for the new year. You go through the day at work and then you're driving home and you get stuck in just torrential rain and traffic was a mess. Please be careful on the roadways. Martindale, by the way, you're getting heavy rain right now. It's about to lift up to the north, though. So be very mindful on the roadways. No severe weather threat, no significant flooding risk, but there could be some street floods, some ponding on roadways, just stuff like that we're going to want to be aware of. Okay, let's get into Caldwell County one more time around the Lockhart area, where especially north of Lockhart, it is coming down right now. Up around Lytton Springs, Mendoza, along the 130 toll, Dale, over to Taylorsville, Bateman, Cedar Creek. You're about to get into some heavier rain. So you get the idea. We have got still a rainy, stormy evening ahead, especially for areas east of I-35. So these are going to be the spots: Caldwell County, Bastrop County, Fayette County, Lee County. Whereas the rain kind of starts to peel out of the Austin area, it will be these areas east of I-35 that still over the next few hours will have more rain. These were some of the totals that I got prior to our 6 o'clock newscast. So these are about an hour old or more. But already at that point, we had parts of Gillespie County. These areas are drying out now, but over 1.5 inches of rainfall. Marble Falls, over 1.5 inches of rain. Winterville, that's in East Austin, had about 1.5 inches of rain an hour ago. I'd imagine that closer to 2 inches now. Horseshoe Bay had about 1.5 inches. And then South Austin around Knuckles Crossing, also just shy of 1.5 inches of rain. I really do. I think there's going to be some spots that are going to see, by the time all is said and done, maybe up to 2.5, maybe up to 3 inches of rain. So through the rest of this evening, the hill country continues to dry out. Over the next hour or two, so the Austin Metro, I-35 corridor, more rainy, stormy weather. But as we go later into the evening, 8, 9 o'clock, all of this is going to start to shift east of I-35. So Austin is going to trend drier. We're going to see more rain over Caldwell County and Bastrop, into Milam County, into Lee County, into Fayette County. Even into 11 o'clock, Fayette County, as is always the case, is kind of hanging on last person hanging on to that rain chance at 11 o'clock. There'll be maybe just some like sprinkles across the metro. And then once you get past midnight, all of this rain moves out. Most of the overnight's going to be dry. While I don't expect rain tomorrow, I do think there could be some patchy fog. Low clouds because the ground's going to be so saturated. For tomorrow morning, it's going to be chilly. Temperatures will be in the 40s. Will be just kind of gray and chilly all day long tomorrow. High temperatures only going to be 54 degrees in the forecast for Austin tomorrow. Additional rainfall on top of what has already fallen. East of I-35, still a quarter, 3/4 of an inch as more of this rain is going to move east of I-35. Across the hill country, most if not all of your rain has already fallen, at least with this round, which again is not the only round of rain that we're tracking. We actually have 2 more rounds that we're tracking over the next 7 days. So system number 2 is coming in Thursday night, and some of the new high-res data with this system now starting to show a little bit of a better rain chance. And what has happened is last year when we were dealing with all these with all this drought situation, which we're still dealing with, but what was happening was the models would show 5-7 days out this promising rain chance. That would get closer, it would just kind of fall apart. Well, now it seems like with the past few systems, the opposite is happening, which is great, where the models kind of come into agreement and it grows and grows and grows, and we actually end up with a higher rain chance as we get closer. So hopefully things continue to trend this way with our Thursday night rain. I have a 70% rain chance in the forecast right now. That will linger into early Friday morning, then that's going to move out. The weekend's going to be dry. It will be milder. And then storm system number 3 is going to be early next week on Monday. So this is Monday, January the 8th. This one, it's possible, we're just going to have to see how all the ingredients come together. It's possible that the better storm chance could miss us to the northeast, but if things kind of sync up for us and we're able to build up some instability, this could even bring a chance for severe weather. So I'm just telling you this several days out. Actually, I got to update this graphic. This graphic is kind of behind the scenes. It's a KML file, and it always does this, where it adds in all the day's storm outlook. So it's combined today's general thunder risk with our severe weather threat early next week. Okay, there we go. Cleaned it up. So this is the severe weather risk for Monday, January 8th. You can see they have the yellow. That's the 15% area. So basically like the slight risk, the level 2 risk for Milam County, Lee County, Fayette County, then into southeast Texas and Louisiana. So we'll just see how this comes together over the next couple of days, but just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. Monday, early next week, a more dynamic system could move through, and it's possible that could bring us more of a severe weather risk. So we will keep a close eye on that for you. All right, let me save my updated graphic for you, and then we'll go through the rest of our forecast. So here's the forecast for tonight. It is still a 90% chance for rain. That's really kind of late evening. Then the overnights go to trend drier. We'll drop down to about 45 degrees by tomorrow morning. The day tomorrow, dry weather returns. It's going to be cloudy and chilly all day long, though. In north, 5 to 10. High temperature only about 54 in the forecast for Austin. Hey, one added benefit of this rain, it helps with our drought and our lake levels, but I think this is going to make a huge improvement on our cedar count. In fact, we have cedar medium tomorrow. We do a rolling 24-hour average, but I really think that by the afternoon tomorrow, cedar may even drop down to the low count, hopefully. So this rain, I think, at the bare minimum, is going to drop us out of the high or very high count. So we should see some improvements, at least temporarily, with our cedar count for tomorrow. All right, here's a 7-day forecast, and I will leave you with this. After our rain moves through tonight, Wednesday, Thursday, cloudy and cool, mid-50s both days. Thursday night, 70% chance for rain, a 30% lingers into Friday morning. The weekend, Saturday and Sunday, it is going to be dry. It'll be milder. High temperatures will be in the 60s. And then Monday, early next week, a 40% chance for rain and storms. We'll see how that comes together. It could trend higher, could trend lower, but for now, I'll say a 40%. High temperature of 71, and then behind that cold, things are looking pretty chilly for early next week. Hey, getting a new note from the National Weather Service. Let me pull up the radar as we go through this. They're saying a few reports of pea-sized to half-inch hail. It said the area of stronger storms will shift from west to east this evening and pull east to the I-35 corridor. Yeah, I saw some reports of hail. It was down closer to the San Antonio area. I have not seen any reports of hail in our KVUE area, but if anything, it would be some small, like pea-sized hail in a few spots. We'll just kind of hop into our hail tracker. Yeah, I'm not Gotta look closely, not seeing anything, but not completely out of the realm of possibility that there could be a little bit of hail, especially in some of this heavier stuff, which is down south of the Austin metro. So keep an eye out for that. Otherwise, it's thunder, it's lightning, noisy thunderstorms. Roxana says lots of lightning near Cedar Creek where it is pouring. I believe it. Yep. So Cedar Creek, Bastrop County, Caldwell County, in the East County, you guys are seeing the heaviest rain right now. Okay, I will let you guys go to 7:09 right now. We'll have our full newscast coming up on KVUE tonight at 10. If we have anything that develops in the meantime, we'll hop back on here to KVUE Plus and all of our streaming platforms. But for now, I will let you go. Y'all have a good night, and we'll see you tonight on KVUE News at 10.